Hey y'all, today we're making jerky, and I'll be showing off my knives. So here are my babies. As you can tell, 3 of them are nakiris, which is pretty much useless in this application. So just sit there and look pretty, guys. Today I'll be using my Doll Strong chef's knife. I really like Doll Strong knives. They're very lightweight, easy to sharpen, and they're pretty inexpensive. I got this sharpening stone at the dollar store. Always make sure whatever you're sharpening on is completely secure, because you might be sharpening your knives barefoot, and you want to be careful that no stones or knives go flying off anywhere. When sharpening your knives, just imagine you're trying to scrape off the tiniest little bit of the stone with the knife. Just hold it at that angle and go back and forth, all different directions. It's pretty simple. Here I am, pretty much following some very unsafe knife practices. But I've been handling knives for years. I've cut myself a million times, and I'm simply not scared. So, bring it on. I honestly don't remember what cut of meat this is. I threw away the package. Comment below if you know what it is. I don't feel like looking it up right now. A lot of times when I pick out meat at the store, I pretty much just look at how it's composed, what size it is, the price, etc. This piece spoke to me because it had very little fat, very little gristle and whatnot to have to clean off, and it was pretty expensive. It was probably some sort of roast. If you don't already know that you need to cut against the grain in meat, and that the grain can also change directions on you, then you need to go handle some meat and then get back to me. Go eat a bunch of meat that's been cut the wrong way, and you'll learn. Right now, you're going to be useless. Once you figure that out, cut into slices about 1/4 inch. On to the marinade. Now, I forgot to record that process, so I'll explain it in a second. Calm down. Divide this up and get my dry rub done. It's pretty basic. Pepper flakes, smoked salt, chili powder, and by chili powder I mean this stuff. It's the same chili powder used to make kimchi. Pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, some more smoked salt. Rub that mess in, pack it into a container to chill out for a while. My wet marinade consists of soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, fig vinegar, gochujang, smoked salt, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and I divided it in half and sweetened half with sugar and half with monk fruit as a little experiment. Let's talk about gochujang for a second. It's the if you don't have any, if you ever tried it, stop what you're doing right now and go get some. Add this stuff to literally everything. Meat, vegetables, it's got everything you could want. It's salty, sweet, savory, spicy, fermented. Aged and fermented foods are the easiest ways to add complex flavors to simple dishes. It almost always turns out good. Gochujang, miso, kimchi. Get a bunch of all 3 and experiment. Have fun. Alright, back to the jerky. As you can see, I have taken the wet marinade ones, dried them off really well, spread them out on the trays of my dehydrator. The dry rub one I just spread out. I labeled my trays so I would know which is which, and I set it for 135 degrees for 8 hours. Now when I came back to check it at 3 hours, it seemed like it was more than halfway done. So I lowered the temperature to 130 degrees and only dehydrated it for an additional 4 hours for a 7-hour total. The dry rub turned out really good. It was pretty basic but classic. It had the meatiest flavor. You could taste the beef in it the most. The monk fruit one really surprised me. It was actually the sweetest. and tasted the best. The gochujang and fig vinegar gave it a very well balanced, smoky, spicy, sweet flavor. The sugar one, I would have added more sugar so that you could actually taste it. And with both of the marinated ones, next time I would cut back on the soy sauce and not even put the smoked salt in there. The gochujang and vinegar all have enough salt. I also like the use of vinegar instead of Worcestershire sauce. Please follow me on Instagram and like and subscribe. Later, nerds.